How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We have a new video coming out from Blackrock. They have news for you. We also have, apparently, from Dennis Porter, who has helped with a lot of the Bitcoin legislation, less than 48 hours before another huge announcement will take place. We also have an executive order to go buy Bitcoin for the US, and a new state that is introducing a bill for a strategic Bitcoin reserve, along with some other news. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this. Also, if you want to trade crypto, there's a link to Blofin underneath the video. You can get set up in just a few minutes. And they have a special promotion right now. Your loss, we cover a $100 refund bonus. So if you lose on your first position, depending on if you hit a couple different criteria, for another day, you'll be able to get a $100 refund. So sign up now if you are interested, and make sure you understand the risks of leverage trading. We've been able to make life-changing gains, but of course, there is a learning curve there. Now, Bitcoin trading at 105,000 went down to 105,300. Isn't that great that we had a $3,000 red candle here today? Like from peak to trough, and yet we're still at 105,000. How crazy is that? I remember when we were just floating around like 52,000 when we were dipping just a few months ago. Like literally a few months ago, we were at 52,000 when we were dipping. Now we're twice that. So we're at 106,000 right now. It just came out. The state of Ohio introduced a bill for a strategic Bitcoin reserve. So now we have Pennsylvania, Texas, Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, among some others too. Apparently there are 10 different states that are going to introduce a bill for strategic Bitcoin reserve. A lot of this is helped by Dennis Porter, or Dennis Porter and his companies. The Satoshi Act Fund are helping a lot of these different states draft the legislation for this. And he says, major breaking, in less than 48 hours, another huge announcement will take place. We will also have two special guests that are hugely pro-Bitcoin. So I wonder who that could be. Let me know if you have any guesses down below in the comments. By the way, be careful of scammers in the comments. Let me know if you can beat the scammers down there by being one of the first commenters. Hopefully, people upvote you or like your comment, and then we can get those scammers further down the list. He says, the world is changing rapidly. Do not miss this. They also unveiled a new academic paper that shows Bitcoin is on track to exceed $1 million per Bitcoin by January 2027. I might have to dig deeper into this. I think this is a 33-page paper when I looked at it earlier. But they say that their results suggest, with very plausible daily withdrawals of Bitcoin to strategic reserves, that the market price could exceed $1 million per Bitcoin in the next 2 years, basically 2 years and a month. How crazy is that, right? A 10x after we've already 6x'd. There's also, more news coming from Dennis Porter. He confirmed that the team has finalized a model executive order for the President of the United States to establish a Bitcoin strategic reserve, or strategic Bitcoin reserve. Basically, all he has to do now is sign. Okay, so we'll have to see what happens day one. But Trump has said that there are going to be multiple executive orders that he signs day one. And they can buy billions of dollars of Bitcoin without really a lot of approval. Obviously, depending on how much Trump wants to buy or how much the U.S. wants to buy, there will have to be various levels of approval and oversight. Speaking of that, Senator Cynthia Lummis just posted this. 2025 will be the year for Bitcoin and digital assets. With David Sachs as the crypto czar, this will be the most pro-digital asset administration ever. I look forward to working closely with David Sachs to pass comprehensive digital asset legislation and my strategic Bitcoin reserve. How cool is that? David Sachs from the All In podcast, obviously the crypto and AI czar. Yeah, the fact is they may be slamming the buy button here very soon. Who also has already slammed the buy button? Apparently the UAE. We've seen from certain individuals, too, that they've confirmed that the UAE already has some Bitcoin. It makes a lot of sense, too. Obviously, UAE, Dubai, I know that they're not the same thing, but I've been to Dubai a couple times, and you can tell what they're trying to do, right? This area is trying to diversify from the natural resources that they have, right? They can pump a lot of oil and try to reinvest that. Dubai has zero taxes, or I think they're just starting to get some taxes on certain businesses. because they want to attract a lot of capital. They want to attract a lot of technologies, a lot of businesses, and then eventually they'll tax them, but they can pretty much just fund it right now as a loss leader and then eventually make money on the backside. But yeah, that makes sense, right? Turning some of your natural resources into digital capital. And apparently they have $40 billion worth. I don't see this confirmed, but Vivek has a pretty good page in terms of info and is pretty reliable. So don't be surprised if there's more FOMO in the future. Maybe this is Mr. 100, but obviously Mr. 100 has less than $40 billion. We have Ryan Rasmussen, which is the head of research at Bitwise Invest, saying 16 days in a row with positive inflows into Ethereum ETFs. So yeah, Ethereum, a little bit of a lagger, but we're still seeing some demand there. And apparently, this was news today from Eric Balkunas, there are other ETFs that he thinks are going to be launched in the next year. Like there are rumblings, Solana, XRP, HBAR, and I think a couple others too. One of the entities that's been buying so much Bitcoin has been MicroStrategy. They're down 5.4% today. This is with Bitcoin hitting a new all-time high. There's some indication as to what's happening here. Samson Mao, who's one of the biggest Bitcoin advocates, has been saying Saylor is hitting the at-the-money offering hard because he knows the window to accumulate Bitcoin is rapidly closing. Lower your time preference. So basically saying, you know, they can dilute shareholders. They have a certain amount that they've approved. He's probably selling a lot of shares. And that's why I said yesterday, right? Bitcoin hit new all-time highs, and yet their stock opened up like plus 7%. And I think it went up to like plus 10% and then ended the day at 0%. And then today, it's actually down another 5.4% with Bitcoin hitting new all-time highs today. So my guess is they start diluting throughout the day so that they can buy more underlying Bitcoin, which is good for shareholders. If you think Bitcoin's going to go up and their premium is 2x to Bitcoin, right? You can basically sell shares for twice what they're actually worth, and then based on the Bitcoin holdings, and then go accumulate more Bitcoin. So yeah, I think this makes a lot of sense. They'll probably announce a pretty big buy in the next week. And Blackrock releasing a new Bitcoin video to educate clients. Let me play this for you. And before I do, or maybe while I'm playing it, let me know what you're drinking down below in the comments.
Bitcoin.
Let me know what you're drinking down below in the comments. I have a very nice Scotch ale. Let me know, though, what you're drinking down below in the comment section. And let's move over to what Blackrock is telling their clients.
But what exactly is Bitcoin? Let's start at the beginning, around 100,000 years ago. Throughout history, we've used all kinds of objects to help make transactions and store value. From seashells, to shiny metals, to paper notes. That's because the value isn't just in the object itself, it's in how much we agree the object represents. So the object can be many things, even, as it turns out, a string of digital code. The internet changed everything. It connected the world, changing how we communicate, work, shop, and manage finances. It also opened the door to a new kind of currency and asset. Enter Bitcoin, a digital currency not governed by banks or governments, but by its global community of users. And that provided new potential benefits. Bitcoin exchanges happen person to person, anywhere in the world, in near real time and for near zero transaction costs, saving money, time, and opening financial opportunity to those without access to a banking system. Bitcoin has a fixed supply of 21 million Bitcoins. This hard-coded rule controls supply, purchasing power, and helps avoid the potential misuse of printing more and more currency, which can contribute towards inflation. All transactions take place on a digital ledger called the blockchain. It's a digital platform to move value where everyone can see every transaction. Bitcoin is no longer seen as the radical idea it was 15 years ago. Over 500 million people around the world now use cryptocurrency, with over 50% holding or investing in Bitcoin, making it the most popular cryptocurrency by far. Some use Bitcoin to transfer value across borders and for purchases. Some see Bitcoin as an investment, given its limited supply and uniqueness relative to other financial assets. And for those in certain countries, its value goes far deeper, potentially offering greater financial autonomy by serving as an alternative to local currencies. Bitcoin is an emerging global monetary alternative. Time will tell how far adoption will go. But next time you see a seashell or shiny metal, think about how humans' idea of money has evolved throughout history.
Okay, so this is really interesting, right? This reminds me of how I got into crypto in the first place. Like when my brother-in-law was telling me that I should get into crypto, and I was too young, right? I didn't understand some of the problems that we were facing as a nation, as a currency, but I wanted the free money that Coinbase gave you for watching like those instructional videos on different cryptocurrencies, and they basically just told you what the cryptocurrency did, what were some of the use cases. Then you got like $3 or $10 worth of crypto. I used to do those, and that's actually my first, the first time that I learned about crypto. This reminds me of that. Like, this is a very beginner-friendly version of what Bitcoin is, what are some of the problems it solves, what are some of the use cases. And this is coming from not Coinbase, not a crypto company. This is coming from Blackrock, the largest institutional manager or largest money manager in the world. This is crazy how far we've come, and we're going to have more and more news come out, I think. More and more good news. There are going to be more and more people pushing this kind of education, which I think is good. I think people need to understand what it is and learn about it from trusted sources, as opposed to some person at the bar that's telling them that Bitcoin's going up forever when they're half drunk. Like, this is how people learn, when they get it from trusted sources and then they think, maybe I should look into this, right? Unfortunately, not everyone's going to look into it before large institutions, before countries start buying, but better to buy Bitcoin at 200,000 than never buy it at all, right? At least in terms of what I think. Let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. Again, if you want to trade crypto, check out the link underneath the video to Blofin. You can also get in on that promotion where they cover your loss up to $100. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll see you all in the next one.